Lancer Captain Rav, Senior Knight Scarlet, and Senior Paladin Ravens. My bad.
Hello there.
All right, for today's podcast, this would be episode 2, and we have a list of topics to go over. And I'm gonna start us off with our first topic. It's not gonna be Brotherhood related, but it's definitely Fallout related. So we've all played our fair share of Fallout games. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Something in my background just went loud.
Lupo's getting shot. Quickly. Someone save him.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Somebody broke a glass in my background. I'm just like, who the hell? All right. Our first topic. What is, out of all the Fallout games you've played, what is your most favorite enemy you enjoy fighting? This could range from super mutants, mole rats, ghouls, Enclave. The High Elder is just fist fighting Mama Murphy. That's crazy. Yeah, let me know in the chat, like, what's your favorite enemy? Personally, my favorite enemy that I enjoy fighting was back in Fallout 3, the super mutants. I like it. It's gonna sound really gruesome, but like, I kind of like the way where every time I kill a super mutant, they kind of just explode into a million pieces with any weapon. You could like stab them and they'll explode. Hit them with a laser rifle. They disintegrate and explode at the same time.
I got a question. If you paint a super mutant purple, do they turn invisible?
Oh, the Nightkin? Is that what you're talking about? Scarlet?
It's a Warhammer joke.
Oh, okay. I'm still a baby Warhammer fan. Don't know much, but I know a good bit. But yeah, I personally like fighting Fallout 3 super mutants. For some reason, they're awesome to fight. What about you, Scarlet? What's your favorite thing to fight in Fallout?
Honestly, I gotta go with just random robots, specifically because they're robots.
It's because they're robots.
Yes.
I do like fighting robots sometimes, especially fighting with the Tesla rifle and they just like fall apart into pieces.
They deserve nothing less than the lead they're made out of shot back at them.
Let's see. What about you, Ravens? What's your favorite enemy to fight in Fallout?
My favorite enemy has always and will always be the eccentric raiders. The amount of them that we have and the clear, defined definition of this drug-fueled enemies lead you to have very good experiences with eliminating them, and they're quirky little quips they give you as you mow through them, and you don't feel bad for killing them, so that's always good for me.
Yeah, I feel like they had more like dialogue in Fallout 3 compared to New Vegas. But then again, like there wasn't much raiders in New Vegas. We just had fiends, and all of them just said like the sight of your own blood or some stuff. Like they all say the same thing. Even the Wastelanders in the Mojave say the same thing. It's the whole liking the sight of your own blood. I don't. I felt like there could have been more.
I'm not familiar with Fallout 3's raiders as much as I would have liked to. All I remember is there was that really big slaver group that was always a struggle to eliminate. Yeah.
So the ones in Fallout 3 had different dialogues depending on if you were a male or a female. If you were a female, they'd call you things like princess when they're trying to kill you. It's
Oh,
it's
princess.
crazy. No. But yeah, they had a lot more fleshed out dialogue. I remember comparing this in some of my playthroughs with the Raiders in the Springvale High School, where it was like right outside Vault 101 nearby Megaton.
Okay.
What about you, Rav? What's your favorite enemy to fight? Your mic's muted, by the way. I don't know if you're here or not.
I'm here. You said my favorite enemy to fight?
Yep.
Hmm. Does it have to be a mutant or can it be a human?
Anything in the Fallout franchise.
I liked fighting the Legion.
The Legion. Okay. Those are like my
Get over here,
second
skirt boy.
favorite. Yeah, they're like my second favorite to fight. Every playthrough I have in New Vegas, I'm usually just killing the Legion. Never done a Legion playthrough though. Never sided with them. Never saw the appeal.
That
It's
would be-
it's a pretty devious campaign, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It puts you in a different mindset of like how the Legion thinks. I've seen like videos
you in
of
the-
like Legion playthroughs.
Puts you in the mindset of a conqueror. That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's how they think.
This guy says he likes fighting the guy in the sewers of Grey Ditch that gives him the naughty
Naughty
nightmare.
I swear,
in
his
character
game
for
and my game
Skies.
are we must be different because I've never seen this guy ever playing my Fallout 3. I've never seen
See,
him.
Sky's like is on the lookout for all this. It's his mission to find this. That's the difference.
The whole naughty nightwear thing, it is part of Fallout 3 because I've done it like a long time ago in the past, and I think it's like it plays homage to like players collecting all the special items like weapons, armor, clothing, miscellaneous, and like there've been some players who would just like decorate their houses in like Megaton or in Tenpenny Tower, and they would just like put weapons into like bookshelves and like put miscellaneous items that were like hard to find or at least special, or even like quest items that are no longer needed but you still have them in your inventory.
Oh, Clary's up here.
He's
Yep,
been
there he is.
invited to speak.
Yep.
There he is.
Hey, there he is. Clary.
Welcome.
I
Welcome.
have arrived. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, no problem. We've already started the topic and now you're the last person to ask. What is your most favorite enemy to fight within the Fallout franchise? It could be any game from the Fallout franchise.
Any Fallout franchise, well, I guess favorite is sort of subjective, you know. They offer a lot of different tactics and ways you react to them. I tell you, nothing is more genuinely terrifying still, knowing what to expect, than a Deathclaw just popping up out of nowhere. That still gets a genuine reaction from me, I'll tell you, you know, despite the hordes of robots and ghouls. But I would say my favorite enemy is going to be Raiders in power armor, who just wear the most ridiculous things and think that my laser will not go through them. I chuckle every single time I get to shoot somebody's stop sign and watch them melt into a pile of, well, I guess vaporize into a pile of ash. Maybe goo, depending on what I'm using, that might melt. But stop sign just won't cut it, guys.
That sounds good. I remember my first encounter with the Deathclaw in Fallout 3. It was in the Anchorage Memorial, and a bunch of Wastelanders were like fighting it. And it was the first time I've seen it. And when I was trying to kill it, it was surprisingly harder to kill than the other enemies that I faced. And like my favorite is usually super mutants, and you can fairly kill super mutants easily, along with raiders, mole rats, and robots, but Deathclaw, at least in Fallout 3, was difficult. Very difficult. That is until you reach like level 30, and then you get your hands on like plasma weaponry or even alien weaponry.
My only Deathclaw was the New Vegas ones, and besides the fact that they're just riddled throughout the entirety of the map, you only got to face like the really hard ones, and the I think they're calling it the Permagory now. Basically, the little mini Deathclaw island you got in near Cottonwood Cove. That was like the end content for me. Yeah, the promontory. Yeah, that was like the end content for anybody getting that nice remnants armor right there, just sat in the middle. You have to go through like hordes of Deathclaws. That was my experience with Deathclaws.
Yeah, there's a lot more over there than Quarry Junction, I can tell you that much.
It's just like a little island. It's just like a little alcove. At least in Quarry, they had the whole thing itself.
And, the one place I like fighting super mutants at, well, two places. There was the place where you encounter Riley's Rangers, where you go into the ruined buildings and you help them out, fight like hordes of super mutants. And then there was the Washington Monument with the trenches and everything. Those are fun to fight super mutants all the time. But the first time I saw a super mutant was when the residents of Big Town needed help, and they wanted me to get their friends from being captured from super mutants. And I think it was a Germantown police station is where I first encountered super mutants. When I saw them from a distance in the scope of my sniper rifle, I was a little intimidated because these guys are like big green, like muscles like veiny and bulging. Their faces are intimidating, like they're huge. I did not want to fight them, but I fought them nonetheless. And I'm like, oh wow, they explode into a million pieces when I shoot them, okay. Oh, we got mythic typing.
My only super mutant encounters were the Nightkin, New Vegas. They were just the same super mutants as usual, but they were just drugged up in Tabitha and her craziness.
Yeah, Nightkin are scary. They jump scare the crap out of you, just out of nowhere. But if you play enough New Vegas, you'll know, like around Big Mountain, where they like to hide, and you kind of just expect them. And then you see the blur in the air, and you're like, yep, that's where you're at.
They need to be added to other games, because if I were to add them in my Fallout 4 for modding, they scare the heck out of you. Nightkin do need to return so bad.
If we ever get a chance to see super mutants in the Fallout TV show, I'd love to see Nightkin again. But I think
We might.
Yeah, we might. But I think now we should move on to our second topic.
The Warborn server news. The week of October 11th. First of all, some of you may have already noticed a bit, but the server is currently undergoing a remodeling. With work still underway, expect to see changes pop up over the next few weeks. As they get more towards the finishing, there'll probably be an announcement or discussion about it from our High Elder and the first of the month meetings, so be on the lookout for that. As well as these server changes, we have recently had a restructure to our ranking system, where you can find all of these in the Warborn BOS ranks channel. Fitting into this, there are multiple new evaluations coming for our casts. For now, the names of these are still subject to change, so they might be named something different on release. But for now, they are called the Advanced Night Eval. This will involve building a quick set of roadblock that can be deployed quick and easy in multiple different situations, as well as other tasks. The next one is the Lancer Night Evaluation, which we will now have as a difference to when a person joins. They can pick the Knight or Lancer cast, or Scribe, etc. But from now on, all new Lancer Knights will be from this evaluation. They have to be picked to do it. And in it, one of the things they will have to do is set up a quick artillery station that can be used in combat situations that can be deployed fast and quick. Next up is the Lancer Captain evaluation, which will include building a Brotherhood airship that can be moved around the map for deployment. All current Lancer Knights and Lancer Captains will have a grace period of 1 month from the evaluation's release period to get these done to stay as a Lancer. If you do not, after that 1 month grace period, you will not lose rank, but you will move to a Knight instead of a Lancer Knight. Another reminder, Fallout Day is coming up soon on October 23rd. It is speculated that Bethesda will be announcing something huge at this, possibly a Fallout 3 remaster release. So keep your eyes out open for it, because there will probably be some very exciting news from that for all of Fallout. That is the server news for Warborn. Thank you all for listening to it.
All right. I think chapter news is next, right?
Yes, that'd be Cleary.
Clary.
Yeah, I've heard some good things going on in the other chapters, and we've got some good campaigns cooking up in second as well. When I think about chapter news, I'm thinking about all the events that folks are hosting, and also some moves and membership and things like that. We haven't had many moving in the ranks, but I think I'll go over some of the campaign stuff you guys sent me first. Lupo, you were telling me how you were doing over in Watoga. You guys claimed it for the Brotherhood, the entire city. And you were also worried about the robots nearby. You planted a bug to get total control over Watoga's robot army and all of the municipal workers and things. But you're containing a new scorched virus you guys were dealing about. You want to tell me about this new scorched strain? Is it just particularly aggressive, or are there other variables?
Well, the only variable we've come to find is that it is mutating with the FEV. And as I've shown you before, I've sent you a few samples, including the scorched super mutant head in the jar that I put on your desk the other day.
So I'm still concerned about that getting through the jar, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I mean, we could kind of just separate the head and just stuck it in the jar. It's clean.
It was a new desk. Okay. But yeah, about the disease, we got your samples, and so what about this behemoth that's been out there? You think this new strain could maybe affect some of those folks out there? Hopefully not, but
I think so. We've been trying to do some field testing, and it seems that the scorched beasts, they would often crop dust on their victims. It's a funny word to use, but they would crop dust on their victims, and somehow it's been working against super mutants.
yeah, those foolish West Tech thinking they could create something to stave off from all viruses, and look what the abominations have brought. I've also heard that you guys had set up some camps within the area to begin a conquest, taking some workshops for their vertibird usage. Is that helping out against the Scorched, or just for other initiatives?
It's helped out against the Scorched. Also, we have been getting a lot of Lancers as of late, to the point where these workshops and these vertibirds are needed. And with so many of the Lancers qualified to pilot these vertibirds to give us air support, I think it's keeping Appalachia skies safe.
Well, I know in second chapter we've been really fired up about the new changes to the Lancer program, and we're excited to prove our mettle in these new evaluations, and we kind of been defining what Lancers mean to us, but still being respectful to the lore. And I've just been really appreciating all the discourse around that, and I hope you guys are equally as excited about it as I am over here in second. But we're always looking for ways to innovate and create ways to play together, so hopefully we'll have something we're proud of at the end of it. And if we're not, we can always keep working on it. That's what is good about this community.
Mhm.
I see you guys were also dealing with an ex-Enclave group, so they're no longer Enclave, but former Enclave. They're called the Syndicate. They've been hacking some of our comms. Can you tell me about that?
I cannot stress how many times a common enemy who thinks they can take over Appalachia has hacked our comms. I don't know how easy our comms are hackable, but I will find a way to make sure that that never happens again. Make sure that our frequencies are safe. As for this rogue enclave group, they were under the command of a commander by the name of Richter Ramirez. Kind of sounds like my character's name, but
Richter, but not Victor, right?
yeah.
That bastard.
So he, him and his syndicate, quote unquote, took over all three of the silos and threatened to annihilate Fort Atlas with all three nukes. And he tried to strike a deal or an ultimatum. Basically, eradicate our patrols, our outposts, and our vertibirds, along with the responders in White Springs and the settlers of Foundation, to make room for his empire. And we didn't allow this. There was a team that was sent over to Charlie, and it was a big mistake on the Syndicate's part, giving us Charlie to blow up the responders, because I had to get creative over at Atlas. I wasn't there with the rest of the team that were headed to Charlie, but I used an outside frequency to contact the other team and told them to go to Alpha. However, I didn't mention I was going to Bravo, so I kind of like intercepted in case those
And
outside
you were by
comms.
yourself?
Yes.
A solo mission. Tell me how that went.
Well, when you know how to hack doors, hack robots, and make use of the ventilation shafts in old pre-war facilities, you can get pretty much anywhere.
Oh, I can just imagine the raider that finds Father Lupo in a ventilation shaft by accident.
Yeah. If I were to go in by myself with just power armor, things might have gotten hairy for me, which is why I like to take the more clandestine approach before going in guns blazing.
Hey, we can appreciate that. That's what I know. You got the spec ops training. You got to do what needs to be done.
Indeed. And after I took over Bravo, I made sure I aimed the nuke over at Charlie, and I also intercepted the Syndicate's comms. And I made my terms fair, that they won't be trying to muscle in Appalachia.
I think you found the head of the snake, didn't you?
Oh yeah, the head of the snake tried running away to Harper's Ferry, but we caught up with them and executed him. Although not by my hand. It was under the hand of Knight Kells. Apparently those two had history, and
He honors us.
it was a long time coming, it seems.
Well, speaking of snakes, we've been dealing with our share of cults and our corners of Appalachia as well. We've been hearing about a lot of cult activity that's been gravitating us towards the Ash Heap. Night Sergeant Azrael has been coordinating some efforts in his campaign to stop the Final Dawn cult and their nefarious acts against the people of Appalachia. We've been able to contain the threat, and we've maybe a possible cooperation with a sect of the Enclave in the north, because they also want the same enemies neutralized. So we've got sort of a tentative cooperation where monitoring the situation as it develops, but I would say that the Final Dawn cult is probably the immediate threat and their machinations. Also, in the Ash Heap, Sentinel Hawk has been tracing some cult activity, not affiliated with the Final Dawn even, but a lot of heretics seem to be rising up lately. But I know Sentinel Hawk has been putting forth a lot of work into his Through the Looking Glass campaign involving some of this, and he expects some spooky themes for the horror season if you want to participate in any of those. We've also been dealing with some raiders continuously. They try to organize, but just like I was joking about earlier in their tin cans when they try to come up against us, we will put them down every time. But lately, Night Demon has been helping us sort of learn about a new enemy that's been rising up, Blood Eagle called Scourge, who has dedicated all of his resources and effort into bringing us misery, and thus we will crush him whenever we are able to. Let's see, we've been cooking up. It seems that all manner of enemies just want to stop the Brotherhood from doing what must be done to save the people of Appalachia. We've got some other campaigns going. The Blood Money campaign is one of my favorites that Lancer Captain Rav has been hosting. Now, this is set 15 years into the future, so that we have sort of simulated some time progression in Appalachia. I may have mentioned it on the earlier podcast, but we are having a good time. It's almost like a risk board is laying out, and we're able to, as I maneuver Brotherhood forces across Appalachia, Rav is playing a mercenary army by the name of Ferris Aegis, and there are all manner of interactive elements, including PvP and base building, and we do a lot of dice rolls. I'm having to deal with an issue now where I accidentally rolled a critical failure. I rolled a nat 1, and unfortunately Morgantown was flooded when the mercenary forces blew up Grafton Dam, and so I'm gonna do a recovery mission. Maybe tomorrow we're going to get some supplies from Arctos Pharma to Morgantown, despite overwhelming proximity spawn enemies. We'll see if we can get it done.
Oh wow. And
Perhaps
this,
Go ahead.
I have a question. This cult, it sounds really familiar. What was it called again?
Night Sergeant Azrael's cult is called the Final Dawn cult.
The Final Dawn. Reminds me of the Mythic Dawn in Oblivion.
Ah, yes. Old Mehrunes Dagon.
Oh yeah.
Well, this Final Dawn apparently implies that it will be the last time the sun will rise, and we've heard rumors of a serpent beneath the ash that could potentially be eating the sun. I don't know what's going on here, but if it's an abomination, rest assured, second chapter will put it down.
It's good to hear. We got brothers covering the east and the west.
Indeed, and we're getting more reinforcements. I got a report from third chapter as well from Master Paladin Mythic, our head paladin here. He wanted to let everyone know about third chapter. Recently, I mean, they're a chapter now. They're no longer an expeditionary force. You know, over the last few weeks, they've continued their efforts and doubling down on their recruitment to evolve into the third chapter. And things are on the up and up. He was reporting. The new recruits are joining the ranks and successfully undergoing their basic trainings, and among them, they even have one of their first scribes to be in the works, who has shown great enthusiasm and interest in his future task. So it's big news because Third hasn't seen its own scribe in quite some time. So something I'm sure that Schwig, our head scribe, is excited for.
Yeah, definitely.
Third chapter's been getting more and more into the groove of being full-fledged with each passing day, and thanks to the tireless efforts of their elder, their paladins, and the cooperation of their enlisted, they've just been continuing to thrive. And training and instruction courses are in the works to really nail down the day-to-day operation of leadership there. And Mythic couldn't be prouder of all the assistance and engagement that he's seen over the past few weeks. And I'm just thrilled that they continue to thrive. You guys have added a ton of new recruits lately, haven't you, Lupo?
Oh yeah, definitely. Not only we've been getting a lot of knights, but we've been getting a lot of scribes too. And that's no thanks to Junior Paladin Nerves over here bringing his people over Warborn. Some of them happen to be old Warborn members returning, and others new. And we are grateful for nerves to bring like our old friends back, who are seeing a new light within the Brotherhood and seeing a different side, how compared to what was present before.
Right. This is New Warborn, you know, our current version. It has been in many forms, but this is something unique this time in our history, and we have the infrastructure in place to take on many more new recruits as we're getting closer to new seasons, and also the video game releasing more content, MN76. And I'm really excited for Fallout Day. Maybe we'll get some crazy exciting news that maybe we weren't even expecting. But if it is something to do with Fallout 3, I really hope they'll put some of that apparel over here at 76. Got my fingers crossed. What about you?
We can only hope.
So yeah, right now I'm just sitting here hoping we get bigger, stronger, and maybe like the next year's Fallout Day, I'll head over to Good Springs, Nevada, in a cosplay, and have like a flag with our Discord link on it, just to get more people in, huh?
Oh, I did have also something else in chapter news. If anybody has seen my Lancer Sergeant Loki, he has been MIA and no one has been able to reach him. This is his campaign, by the way, where he's MIA in his game. But we've had some eccentric contacts we've been in cooperation with to try to find his whereabouts. But I'm going to put his face on maybe a Nuka-Cola can or a milk carton soon to see if you can find my Lancer Sergeant, because I need Loki. He's been putting forth some good content though regarding his disappearance, and so I appreciate all the cooperation and showing him some love. We've all got, you know, it's not all campaigns in the second chapter. We've got plenty of one-shots that are fun and meaningful, scenarios that people prepare. We run again to see, you know, who might show up to participate this time around. So it's really just continuing to be wholesome. We haven't seen as much recruitment as the other chapters lately, so I think we're going to get some hearts and minds operation here going, just make ourselves more visible, making sure we're on some public worlds more often, because we recruit a lot of our people just by them seeing us operate in the field. Does that happen to you guys?
Sometimes you get people following us,
Yeah,
or
they go
whenever
pop
we
their uniform. Shout out
or-
Night Dusty.
yeah, or sometimes like we would finish a mission, we would gather for a photo, and then one random person or like several others, they'd see us like posing, and they come with us to like pose as well. But as for joining, they don't typically join much, but there is going to be a bunch of new stuff in terms of like recruitment, thanks to Burning Springs, and that's
yeah.
actually the next topic over here. If
Yeah, I think I'm
Raven
fine with
can
my chapter
take over.
news. All of our campaigns are looking to segue into there too. We're getting some seeds planted so that we can come check out the new content as well. I'm done with chapter news.
The next segment is Steel Valor. Although it looks like Rav has died.
yeah, he had to go. For a second, I thought it was the new stuff on the list, but we can do Steel Valor. Just to get it out of the way. I do have. I am going to be filling in for Rav, at least for the first bit. So, first company, Steel Valor, goes out to one brother who's kept us on our toes with their storytelling and their optimism. They strive to make patrols interestingly fun and to keep the clockwork within our chapter going. Give it up for Lancer Hattie. I'll be awarding Steel Valor. Oh wait, I was reading a script, my bad. But yeah, congrats Lancer Hattie. We enjoy your stories. We enjoy the D&D-esque campaign that you're going to be bringing more to the table. It's going to be fun. Keep on the good work. You know what? I think I'll just cover like second and thirds because I have the whole script now. I wasn't expecting that. As for second, actually, wait, hold up. Okay, yeah. For second division, Steel Valor goes out to Night Demon for his descriptive roleplay and eagerness to collaborate. This knight can articulate a visual scene with great detail that immerses the entire patrol in his story with ways we cannot mechanically simulate. Congratulations, Night Demon. And for the last, I think this is 3rd division, yeah?
Yes.
Third chapter?
1, 2, 3, baby.
Steel Valor goes to Initiate Alice, outstanding service, and above and beyond the call of steel. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Alright.
Victorium,
Congratulations,
guys.
Three.
Ad Victorium.
Congratulations, Ad Victorium.
Alright, and now we move on to the new stuff that's coming with Ohio. Ravens, if you will.
Yes, so as many of you probably already know, the public test server for the new update is actually currently active. Within this test server, you can actively go and do a couple quests. There's gathering quests for the Abraxo gun, which is a new form of a plasma gun, from what I've heard. There is collections of a quest that lead you towards the Rust King himself. Not sure if it's the actual main quest, but I think it's just a build up to it. There are the social hub, which is the highway town, where you can see what may transpire upon the official launch of it. And there is going to be the introduction of our ghoul himself, where he initiates you to do bounties. So we'll have I haven't really done the PTS myself, but from what I've watched, you can do the bounties. Not sure to how many of them you can do, or if there is a grand finale with the bounties, I don't really know. But you can also acquire his hand cannon, which I believe he calls it his version is the Dom Pedro. It's his hand cannon. Otherwise, for us, it'll just be labeled as the hand cannon. So look forward to that new gun, 2 new guns that we so far got in the PTS. Who have these guns have hit ridiculous numbers already. Although from confirmations of PTS, those were just glitched numbers, as they like to say. But so far, they have done their best to balance them. So thankfully, maybe when this rolls out in the the actual launch, we won't have a ridiculous weapon that can do way more damage than the other weapons we have that should still be above these weapons. But other than that, from current news within our game as of right now, we have actively get to see the Mischievous Knight, the event that was absent for quite some time until just recently. It is now in the Rapidan camp, which is, if you don't know, it's the Brown House. It's basically the White House's log cabin in the woods. It's a little getaway for the president. It is now your favorite option to go and destroy government property. Give it a what for to the, well, as we like to pretty much believe is the Enclave. So go there, go cause some mischief, get some candy, destroy a couple elite security forces and the most biggest giant vertibot you can ever get your hands on. Hopefully to steal that for myself one day and for our Lancers, because that would be really cool. That is all there is currently for the news. Other than that, like PTS is just a gland, and it's a new thing. I don't want to spoil too much because like I'm on the teetering force with like the people who don't want to do the PTS and want to wait, and the people who have done the PTS. All I can say is that what I've given to you is the 2 guns, the couple of quests that you can taste yourself, and the fact that they are now upgrading all basic enemies within the world itself, like Stingwings, Deathclaws. I haven't seen any other ones, but I know that they are now getting slapped on with the burning title, and that they get a much more wild, menacing look, and that they'll be a lot harder than they have ever been. And that is all for the game news.
There's
I
one
wanted
thing
to
to add.
mention about Mischief Knight when you're done adding that too, Lupo. Go ahead.
There was one thing I wanted to add. In terms of like recruitment, we have a text chat now. Bethesda finally gave us a text chat, and it's great. I mean,
Huzzah!
there is no like
Now,
area
have you
chat
seen
and
that
all
actually be
yet.
used? Because when I saw Pendragon play it, he didn't have the access to it. It was just more of a
I
formal.
saw Roberto access it. He didn't know like where, so we checked all the settings, and it was under accessibility. And you have the option to turn that on, and it'll just be displayed on the on like the upper but center left side of your screen.
Is that just a text to speech thing that I've seen? Because Pendragon did use it. It was a text to speech where he would text and it would speak for you. I don't
Yeah,
know if there's
it
an
does-
actual like texting chat.
It is a texting chat, but it also does have text to speech, and there is an
Okay.
option where you can turn it on and turn it off. The text to speech thing, at least. And then there's the other option to turn off like the chat as well.
See, I wasn't really aware of that because I've heard multiple instances of it being used, but it was mainly just for players who didn't have a mic.
Hmm.
And I didn't want to get it muddled to get people's hopes up because we don't know if it's just a centralized texting mechanic in the game now. Like we can actually text people like we are able to do so in ESO or any other sort of MMO game.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to touch too much on it because I didn't know if they were adding it during the launch or what. I'll have to look at it more personally, but thank you for letting us know that there is a form of text chat.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll help out with recruitment messages and so on. If people
Sure
are near each
enough.
other.
And there's not a lot of proximity chat that I see these days. Sometimes I'll notice people now switch off the Discord like, oh my goodness, hello. But I wanted to mention also, you had mentioned Mischief Night. There's a Brotherhood fact in case anyone isn't aware. If you're at around the Brown House, the cabin that the president uses to retreat, inside of that, which is you have to actually load into a different area inside the house, there is a set of Brotherhood recon rifle schematics on a shelf in there. And even if you've already learned them, you can still pick those up and maybe throw them in your vendor and get a couple of thousand caps. Yeah, on the shelf in the Brown House, Loki, there's another set of Brotherhood recon rifle schematics. Just lay it on the shelf, like maybe the second row.
Is it the same schematics you can get from the computer?
Same
for Defiance?
schematics, but it just drops in the wild.
Weird. I wonder if that's supposed to be something else and they haven't changed it because.
It goes to the
That's-
miscellaneous section.
Huh. I wonder if that was supposed to be something else.
Now
Okay.
you know.
Now we know. And I want everyone here to go yell at Bethesda to finish up the bottom part of the Brown House because I swear to God, if they don't finish it before
Well,
they fill the
everything-
entirety of the map, I'm gonna be upset.
Everything is still
Oh, yeah.
PPS. I don't know. When does the Ohio thing come out in the live server?
There's a nice undamaged American flag in the
December.
president's office too. You might can
December.
sell for some good junk or display.
Yes, everything's subject to change. With like all the new changes coming.
With the new raid coming soon, maybe.
can't
I don't
wait
know
for
how that raid ties in everything because Burning Springs kind of looks very not aquatic.
Don't even know if the new raid is in the Burning Spring areas or if it's somewhere else. I've heard two different things.
I mean, it's definitely got to be somewhere else because there ain't no way you
Want to
fit.
bet some caps?
Huh?
Want to bet some caps on where it is?
I'm guessing it's gonna be near the fisherman area.
I think it's gonna be the mine by Defiance with all the interlopers. That's my guess.
Interlopers. I've yet to see them do anything but just.
No!
be
The High Elder told me that the raid's at my mom's house.
there.
If it is, I'll give you the caps.
Now the raid's in Sky's house. We just pull up and we beat him up and then we get rewards.
Well, I do have a theory. It could still be within the Ohio River area. Because if you haven't noticed when you're doing the PTS, you still can't access the side areas that they have. Like it always tells you can't go that way, and the fences are still there. Now that could just be them simply lazy and not wanting to just lift the feature up for the PTS, but it also could be they're planning on when they do the launch fully, they're gonna change that entire fencing area, and maybe one of the areas is gonna be where the new raid will be. That's what I have a feeling for, because it just feels weird. Like you're only able to access through the bridge and the bridge only. That just seems kind of like, I don't know, it's a little weird. But that sounds like this little tidbits. Oh, a Night Dusty. The only interloper update we have is the fact that it's now wiggly again. It was wiggly before, and then recently it's been less wiggly, and now it's wiggly again. And they're in the PTS, so I'm not sure if the PTS just makes it wiggle again, or whatever animation was making it quit. But it wiggles again in the PTS.
Wiggly, wiggly. All right. Anything else on the topics list?
No, that was it for this week.
Oh my goodness, Scarlet.
This week.
Oh wait, there is one more thing.
Oh no, you sound good now.
There is one more thing I forgot to mention in the news thing. It was last minute added. The head scribe wanted us to announce that he is going to be launching the next phase of his latest scribe initiative soon.
Wonder what that'll
Oh,
entail.
oh.
Maybe more.
I can tell you about the first phase. They
Okay.
were observing some things that had fallen from orbit, including the satellite that makes Crater, and also the crash site from Commander Dagara. And I know some of our scribes had completed some of those assignments to catalog these wreckages and get some more information about the extraterrestrial environments. You know, all the aliens that have been attacking. Operation Fallen Star is what it was called.
Let's see.
Mythic, please add the E at the end of your scribe thing. Otherwise, it just looks like scribs from ESO.
Cribs.
That was the point. It's funny that
How dare you.
the moment scribes were mentioned, there were 3 nerds and 1 scrib.
Wow, I
And then-
appreciate our little lovely nerds and their little cute glasses. All right, let them go fix a ways to like harness the power of our technology before we destroy them. Okay.
Do you ever think the Brotherhood will take the stars, you know, jump into space?
Well, we've already had the first,
Eventually they have to.
sightings of the Enclave in space, so if there is, there's going to be a whole Iron Sky movie going on here.
Point me towards the abominations, and I will get there.
I thought you said abominations.
Negative.
Well, is that anything else you want to mention?
well,
Oh, we have everyone's attention.
oh, there is one more thing. We
Oh.
are getting a priority broadcast here, and let me just tune into the radio network now. Testing.
You okay?
Yes. I got it. I just need to bring somebody up from the stage real quick.
This is Codename Phoenix to all loyal assets, requesting any intervention at the location of this broadcast for extraction. Olympus has fallen. I repeat, this is Codename Phoenix to all loyal assets, requesting intervention at this location for extraction. Olympus has fallen. We're being overrun.
Damn it! It's one thing out of the other. I wasn't lying. We keep getting these new bad guys, and they just want to take over. And I swear to
Well-
God, if the comms are taken again,
Yeah, that's happened like what 2 or 3 times so far in the past week.
yeah, we're gonna need a new comms provider or something. Spectrum comms, they're not working like they should, as advertised.
Our internet's a little slow. The scribe's got a little lax with fixing it.
if nothing else, I think we are done, right?
I believe so.
That's all.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to episode 2 of Saturday Night Steel. We'll be back in when's
2
the next
weeks.
one? 25th.
Yeah, the 25th.
Yep, the 25th. Alrighty. This is Father Lupo signing off for the night. I'll catch everybody later. Ad Victoriam.
Later, everyone.
Ad
Ad
Victoriam.
Victoriam.
Bye, lovelies. Bye bye.
Skies, turn off the porn camera.